You may have a bowel movement every day and eat carefully, yet inside your colon, things can still be quietly accumulating for decades. Just 7 days of doing one thing right, and your body will give you an answer that makes you rethink your own health. My name is Ethan Marshall, a 60-year-old physician practicing in the United States. And here is a truth that may shock you. You can have regular bowel movements every day, eat healthy for many years, and still have things silently building up inside your colon that were never meant to stay there. If that statement makes you uncomfortable, stay with me for a few more minutes, because that discomfort is often the beginning of real change. Before we go any further, if you are interested in practical, easy-to-understand health content that can be applied to life after 50, please subscribe to the channel, hit like, and share this video to support us in continuing to produce honest, high-quality content. Now back to the main story. Over more than 30 years of practice, I have met countless people who walk into my office with the same opening line. "Doctor, I don't understand why I'm always tired, even though my tests show nothing serious." They take care of their heart, their joints, their blood pressure, yet they neglect a foundational organ, the colon. The colon is not just a place that holds waste. It is the final stage of the entire digestive process, the place that determines what is eliminated and what is retained for too long. Many people believe that having a daily bowel movement is enough, but in reality, regular elimination does not necessarily mean a clean colon. When old waste accumulates, ferments, and adheres over time, the body is forced to live in an unhealthy internal environment, and fatigue, heaviness, dull skin, or mental fog are merely surface signals. That is why colon cleansing is not an extreme trend or a reckless act, but a necessary reset, especially for those who have entered the second half of life. The 7-day colon cleansing plan for beginners was built with this spirit in mind: gentle, structured, without forcing the body or creating shock. It is not intended to replace medical treatment, nor does it promise miracles overnight, but it helps you re-examine the foundation of your own health. I often tell my patients that just like a house that has been used for decades, before repainting or redecorating, you need to clean out the plumbing inside. When the colon is properly cared for, the body finally has a chance to respond positively to every other health effort. And now, I want you to ask yourself honestly, A, I think I'm fine because I have a bowel movement every day. Or B, I'm starting to suspect that something inside needs to be cleaned from the ground up. Comment A or B below. I truly want to know where you are in your health journey. The second part of the script focuses on the core principles that run throughout the entire 7-day plan. Because without understanding these principles, it is easy to turn a gentle cleansing process into an exhausting experience or one that misses its original purpose. The first principle is starting each day with warm lemon water. This is not a symbolic ritual, but a deliberate physiological activation. Warm water stimulates intestinal motility, while the natural acidity of lemon helps awaken the digestive system after hours of rest, signaling the liver and elimination systems to begin the detoxification cycle. The second principle is ending each day with a colon cleanse. Within the structure of the plan, this is the most critical anchor point, because the lower portion of the colon is where waste is most likely to accumulate over time, if not properly supported. Cleansing at the end of the day helps remove residue that has been loosened and mobilized throughout the day, preventing waste from remaining and fermenting overnight. The third principle provides overall direction, reducing the digestive burden so the body can restore itself. Rather than trying to force change, the plan gradually removes obstacles, allowing natural mechanisms to function more efficiently. As the volume and complexity of food decrease, energy once devoted to digestion is redirected toward repair, cleansing, and internal balance. The fourth principle is prioritizing observation of the body over external metrics such as weight or immediate sensations of hunger and fullness. Over the 7 days, participants are encouraged to note subtle changes such as morning energy levels, sleep quality, abdominal lightness or heaviness, and changes in stool or breath. These signals most accurately reflect how the body responds to the cleansing process. Finally, all of these principles are unified by a consistent spirit. No rushing, no extremes, and no fighting the body. The 7-day plan is not designed to test endurance or willpower, but to re-establish a physiological order that has been disrupted over time. When these principles are applied together and consistently, they create a safe framework that allows beginners to approach colon cleansing in a controlled, logical way, aligned with the body's natural biological rhythm. The first phase of the plan, lasting from day 1 to day 3, is considered a critical transition that moves the body from a state of long-term accumulation to a state of controlled cleansing. The focus of this phase is the complete elimination of mucus-forming foods, which are regarded as the primary contributors to fermentation and stagnation in the colon. When these foods are removed from the diet, digestive pressure is significantly reduced, allowing the large intestine to begin releasing residual waste that has accumulated over time. During the first 3 days, the diet is limited mainly to steamed vegetables and salads, not for weight loss or rapid detox, but because of the physiological properties of these foods. Steamed vegetables and salads have simple structures, cause minimal irritation, and provide just enough natural fiber to support intestinal movement without triggering excessive fermentation. As the colon enters this adaptation phase, choosing easily processed foods helps prevent overstimulation of the digestive system while reducing gas buildup and bloating. In clinical practice, this is often the phase when many people first recognize the difference between ordinary fullness and a genuine sense of internal lightness. However, it is important to note that the first 3 days are not always comfortable. As the body begins mobilizing and moving stored waste, temporary reactions may occur, such as earlier hunger, mild fatigue, or changes in bowel habits. These reactions are not considered negative signs, but reflections of physiological adaptation as the internal environment begins to shift. What matters most during this phase is maintaining stability and avoiding the urge to intervene with measures outside the plan. As mucus-forming foods decrease, fermentation within the colon also diminishes, reducing the formation of waste that irritates the intestinal lining. By the end of day 3, many people begin to notice subtle but clear changes, such as a lighter abdomen, less odor in stools, or deeper and more stable sleep. These changes indicate that the colon has begun responding positively to the new environment. Thus, days 1 through 3 are not meant to deliver immediate results, but to establish the foundation for the following phases. When this foundation is properly set, the body can move into later stages with greater stability, lower risk, and improved overall effectiveness of the cleansing process. The second phase of the plan, taking place on days 4 and 5, marks the transition from surface-level cleansing to support for deeper cleansing through the addition of fresh vegetable and fruit juices to the diet. After 3 days of reduced load and adaptation, the internal environment of the colon becomes more receptive to nutrients in easily absorbable forms. Fresh juices at this stage are not intended to provide quick energy or create a feeling of fullness, but to serve as a source of live enzymes and readily usable minerals, allowing the body to continue elimination without increasing digestive strain. When food is consumed in liquid form, much of the mechanical breakdown is eliminated, enabling the digestive system to focus on absorption and supporting the excretory organs more efficiently. This is particularly important as the colon gradually releases waste that has adhered for long periods in folds and connective tissues, where minimizing new residue intake becomes essential for maintaining continuity and stability in the cleansing process. During these 2 days, vegetable and fruit juices do not replace the clean eating principles already established, but are added in a controlled manner to deepen the cleansing effect. One key aspect of this phase is the method of consumption. Drinking slowly in small sips activates natural digestive reflexes and helps prevent the body from being overwhelmed by rapid intake. When juices are consumed at an appropriate pace, The digestive system has adequate time to recognize and process them, optimizing enzyme and micronutrient absorption. Physiologically, days 4 and 5 are often accompanied by more noticeable changes in energy perception. Many people report increased morning alertness, reduced heaviness after eating, and improved daily rhythm. This results from energy previously devoted to complex digestion being freed and reallocated to internal regulation and repair processes. However, the primary goal of this phase is not immediate comfort, but creating conditions for deeper layers of accumulation to continue loosening and moving out. If the initial phase laid the groundwork, days 4 and 5 represent the strengthening step that allows cleansing to progress further while maintaining safety and stability. Adhering to the intent of this phase helps the body enter the final days in a more balanced state, reducing the likelihood of disruption or excessive reactions throughout the plan. The final phase of the plan, covering days 6 and 7, does not focus on adding new techniques or altering the diet, but on consolidating and completing what has already been established. At this point, the body has undergone load reduction, surface cleansing, and supported deep cleansing. So the primary goal is to maintain stability and allow the digestive system and colon to regulate their rhythm naturally. Continuing to eat clean according to the previously applied principles helps prevent new burdens from forming, while allowing elimination processes to proceed fully. Days 6 and 7 also represent a phase of conscious observation, during which participants are encouraged to notice comprehensive bodily changes rather than focusing on a single metric. Factors such as daily energy levels, mental clarity upon waking, digestive stability, abdominal lightness, and subtle changes in skin condition all reflect how well the body has adapted to the new internal environment. These signals carry more value than any number on a scale or temporary sensations of hunger and fullness, as they reveal how the body responds when obstacles are gradually removed. At this stage, many people begin to recognize the clear connection between the state of the colon and overall well-being, from emotional stability to sleep quality and concentration. Recording these changes is not meant to judge right or wrong, but to foster practical understanding of the body, something often overlooked in daily life. More importantly, days 6 and 7 act as a bridge between the 7-day plan and long-term lifestyle habits. Rather than viewing this as an endpoint, this phase helps participants realize that colon cleansing is a process that requires ongoing attention and appropriate choices in everyday life. The conclusion of the entire plan does not lie in achieving perfection, but in shifting how health is perceived from its roots. 1 week is long enough for the body to send clear signals, yet short enough for beginners to complete without feeling overwhelmed. When the colon is properly cared for, the body gains an opportunity to reestablish internal order, supporting all other systems more effectively. In the spirit of the plan, these 7 days are not an instant cure, but a conscious gift that allows each person to restart their relationship with their body through understanding and attentive listening. The entire 7-day colon cleansing journey reveals one core truth. Health does not decline overnight, and restoration must also begin with the most fundamental elements. The colon, though often overlooked, plays a decisive role in the body's internal environment. As digestive burden is gradually reduced and accumulative factors are systematically removed, the body naturally responds with lightness, stability, and greater mental clarity. The 7-day plan does not aim for abrupt change or immediate results, but rather restores a biological rhythm that has been disrupted over time. Each phase is designed to allow the body to adapt, cleanse, and recalibrate without force. The greatest value of this plan lies not in any specific technique, but in helping individuals re-examine their relationship with their body and recognize that lasting health always begins with caring for neglected foundations. The deepest insight drawn from this content is that the body always retains the capacity to self-regulate and heal when it is no longer obstructed. Instead of searching for complex solutions, returning to simple principles such as reducing digestive burden, eating with awareness, and observing bodily responses can lead to meaningful change. In modern life, This can be applied by periodically allowing the body genuine rest, adopting a gentler approach to eating, and paying closer attention to physiological signals rather than ignoring them. In your opinion, what is the most difficult part of beginning a colon care journey? Changing habits or overcoming initial skepticism? Please politely share your thoughts in the comments section. If you would like to continue exploring knowledge on health and natural healing, please fill out the form in the description to receive a health ebook gift and subscribe to the channel, hit like, and share this video to support us in continuing to deliver valuable and practical content.